ladies and gentlemen, I am going to do this as a direct lesson. I know I don't usually do this. I usually give you more time to do it on your own. Some of you did start this, but I do want you guys to pay attention and go over this. This is a little more complicated than some of the other stuff we do. What we're going to do is do a composite that means two things. In this case, we're going to do a composite of two reflections over two intersecting lines, producing, we know it's over two intersecting lines. Is it a translation or is it a rotation? Rotation. We should have learned that with the last quiz. Okay. It is a rotation centered at the point of intersection of the lines. And we know that the rotation between line 1 and line 2, it should be double that from A to A naught, the second rotation. So that's what we're going to try to prove. Okay, first we're going to reflect it over line 1, then we'll reflect it over line 2. But when we do a rotation, it has to do with angles. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line from A to my center. Okay? And I'm going to call the angle between that red line I just drew and line 1, I'm going to call it X degrees. Okay? Now can you guys see this? It looks a little fuzzy. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay. Now I am going to rotate it across line 1, knowing that it's going to be the same degrees. This is also X degrees. And then I get my point, and we should be making perpendicular lines. So we get kind of a triangle, and there's a naught. Everybody okay so far? I made sure it was the same distance, and I knew it was the same angle. Oh, sorry, this is not A naught. I keep doing that. This is A naught, because we've only done it once, right? Okay. Now we've got to reflect that over line 2. So I'm going to make a perpendicular line through A naught that is perpendicular to line 2. Okay? I'm going to call this angle Y degrees. And I want it to be Y degrees away on the other side. And this is A naught. Okay? One of the issues I saw on a lot of your guys' other papers was that you didn't finish it. You didn't tell me. What's the distance between line 1 and line 2? What's the distance between line 1 and line 2, or what's the degrees? X plus Y. Okay, what's the distance or the degrees, the rotation, between A to A naught? So from here to here, how many do we have? We have 2 X's and 2 Y's. So that's 2X plus 2Y. Right? So it's double. Do we have questions about this? Yes.
How do you get the other line? Like you have to do like a second line.
This one or this one?
The first one.
The red one?
Yeah.
Okay. So first, I've got the line between A and the center, right? And I'm going to say that's X degrees. I make a line that's perpendicular to line 1 and goes through A. Okay? Now I'm approximating, right, because I don't have a protractor and I don't know how many degrees it is. So I'm estimating that it goes right here. Okay, and that these degrees, I'm going to say, are the same. These lengths are the same. Okay, so it's kind of an estimation. Now, if I gave you an exact number, I know you could do this. You could bring out a protractor and say it's 45 degrees, and then we rotate it at 45 degrees, right? All right, I'm going to skip 2, because you're going to do 2 on your own, either for homework or try to finish it in class today. Okay? And I'm going to go right to 3. Now 3 is long And it's going to take a few minutes, and it's going to take a few attempts. Okay? So be patient. Remember, we're working through frustration. All right. The first thing you can do while you're waiting, okay, is draw a line from A to the center. Okay? All right. So I'm looking at 3. And the first thing I'm going to do is draw a line from A to where the 2 lines intersect, which is going to be my center of rotation. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to think about is this looks a little funky because if I wanted to rotate it over line 2, that would be pretty easy, right? But I want to rotate it all the way over line 1. So right here, do you guys see 2 different angles? I might label this one Y, and I might label this whole thing X degrees. All right? Now I'm going to think that I need to make a perpendicular line through line 1. So I might set it up so it's nice and perpendicular through line 1 and goes through A. Okay? I want to draw a line from the center so I land on that perpendicular line that I drew in and think that this right here is A naught. And this would be X plus Y, right? Because it's X and Y on this side of the line, so it's got to be X and Y on the other. We okay so far? It looks all crazy to you. Some of you are going like this too. So I drew my line from here, and I said that these 2 were X and Y. The distance between line 1 and line 2 is X. The distance between line 2 and my line that goes through point A is Y. I reflected it over line 1, so I know it's the same rotation. It's got to be the same rotation on the other side. Okay, now this is where it gets funky. We want to reflect it over line 2, which is right here. So I am going to make a perpendicular line that goes through it crosses everything and is over here. Okay, now I'm going to say right here that this is A naught naught, and I'm going to draw a line from the center. Okay, but it kind of sucks because I don't know what these angles are on each side. So I'm going to say this whole angle right here is Z degrees, and this whole angle right here is Z degrees. Okay, which is really strange because we haven't used a third variable in any of these before, but I'm going to show you some cool stuff to show that it works. So, the first thing I notice is there's not a lot I can do with this like the other one. I can't say between line 1 and 2 is X and between A and A naught naught is 2X because I have no idea what the distance is right here. Okay? So I'm going to use some things about a straight line. So first, I've got that Y, X plus Y, and Z is 180 degrees. So I know Y y, I know z, this, and this is 180 degrees. And I know that this is 180 degrees. So I've got x plus y plus z, that equals 180 degrees. And I've got y plus the difference between a and a not plus z equals 180 degrees.
I can't see what's inside those circles.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is set them equal to each other. I'm going to have x plus y plus z equals 180 degrees. We don't have equals 180, we have the other side, y plus a not plus z. Okay, now I'm going to subtract from each side. I take away a z. They cancel, right? Okay, and I get x plus y equals y plus a not. Okay, now I take away a y from each side. They cancel. How many x's do I have? So 2x equals a to a not. So my distance between line 1 and line 2 equals x, and my distance between a to a not equals 2x. So I had to do some funky algebra. I had to find two things that equaled 180 degrees. Had to set them equal to each other. What's that called when I take something away and put something else in? If I'm not here, who's here? So we call that substitution. So this right here, taking away 180 degrees and plugging that in for right here is called substitution. Then we just did simple algebra. We subtracted things from both sides until we found that 2x equals a to a not.
That red circle on the next line under the blue one, is that x plus, what is that, y or x?
Right here, x plus y equals y plus a to a not.
Okay, well, where did you get that other x?
It's right here. There's two x's right here. It's from right here. X plus y plus z equals 180 degrees.
Okay, well, on that second line, you have x. What is that in the middle between that x and y?
X.
That's all, okay, that's an x?
Yes.
Because it looks like it's scribbled there.
Okay. This should be x plus y plus z. We took away the z's. Okay. All right. This one, I do want to expose you to it. You will not have to do this one on your quiz, okay? But I did want you to see that there was another way to do it. Number 2 that you have to do on your own is much closer to number 1. So use those straight edges. Draw from A to the middle. Okay, figure out, give both the angles a name. Reflect it over line 1. Then reflect that over line 2. Okay? All right, that's what you guys should be working on right now. That's what I'm going to check from you tomorrow.